Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special interview here at WSIC. I am here with North Iredell High School students Eddie Flores, Emma Norris, and joined by the athletic director, John Sherrill. How's everyone doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good. First things first, both of you guys were named the Iredell County Hall of Fame Student Athletes of the Year for male and female. That's never happened before, that the same school has both the male and female athletes of the year. What was that like at school? Was there like a big pep rally for you guys? Like, was it celebrated well? How was that?
We didn't have a pep rally this time. I know earlier in the year we had a lot of pep rallies or stuff like that, but this one I think because the seasons are starting to come to an end, I think it was a little more like casual.
Little casual. You would agree?
Yeah, I agree with
You'd
that.
agree? Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So first, let's start with you, Eddie. Well, the first thing I'm seeing on the resume that I was sent here is that you have a wonderful 3.69 GPA, which is awesome for a student athlete. I can tell you from experience, it's hard.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
very hard to be able to do all of that at once. You're going to school for wrestling, first of all, but you also played football and soccer. Why'd you decide to stick with wrestling?
Well, I started with wrestling because, first I wasn't really good at it, but then after I went to high school, thank you, Coach Tutterow, for helping me, actually, I developed much better. And I really like soccer, but it wasn't really my sport.
How long had you been playing all of your sports?
Well, my first sport was soccer, but I played that since I was a kid. And then next thing you know, 6th grade came up, and all my friends wanted me to do wrestling, so I did that. But then I got much better at wrestling than I did at soccer, so I just stuck with it.
Okay, awesome. And you played soccer all 4 years, or like a couple of years?
Yeah, I did it all 4 years, but then I quit towards the end because I got out of some surgery, and so I just wanted to get better at wrestling to get my skill for this season.
Definitely a good idea to be ready for that college career that you got coming up. Football. It's a little interesting to me to see that you did wrestling and soccer, and then you did football just as the kicker.
Yeah.
Was that something where the school came to you and said, "Hey, we need a kicker," or did you come up to the team and say, "Hey, do you need a kicker?" How'd that work? How'd you get into that?
Well, I did football. I tried it out too, but I didn't really like it. And then Mr. House said I needed a kicker. And he told me to try to kick some field goals, and I was good at it, so I just stuck with it. I was like, I'll be our kicker if I needed it. And he said, yeah, we need it, so just did that.
That's awesome. And I see 80% on your extra points and field goals. How many game winners did you kick?
I don't really know.
You don't know? Okay, well, what's the longest field goal you made during the year?
I think it was practice I did 45, but in the game, probably like 20, 30.
Now, are these the real field goals, or were you using a little block to help you?
Oh, the real field goal.
Okay.
My friend was helping me out with
There
his
you
finger.
go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, glad to have you here. Don't want to leave out Emma, obviously. Emma, I'm going to come to you next. So, volleyball and softball, and you're going to ECU for volleyball specifically. And you played softball just to play with your sister, is that right?
Well, okay, so softball was my first sport. I started off playing softball in elementary school, and then travel softball kind of came into play. Then travel volleyball came into play, and I kind of had to pick. And I was a lot better at volleyball at the time, and I was like, well, we'll just stick with that. And then I tried out my freshman year at the softball team, and I made varsity, so I kind of stuck with it. And then we got a new coach for volleyball, and it got more serious, so I kind of gave that up for sophomore and junior year. And then my senior year, I was like, well, it's my senior year, so, I kind of wanted to go out with not sitting on my couch doing nothing at the end of my senior year, so
Well,
that's
awesome.
why I played softball.
Awesome. Well, all the accolades here, a 3.65 GPA. I mean, that's wonderful. As student athletes with high GPA it's always surprising because it's so much dedication that you need, especially as two commits to D1 schools. It's a lot. So, congratulations on that. All county 4 times, all 4 years in volleyball, all conference 4 times, all state twice, and too many. For both of you, just too many things to read off the list and name. I'm going to come back to you in a minute here, Eddie, but Emma, what was your favorite year playing and why? What did you win a championship? Personal thing? What was your favorite one?
Definitely my senior year. Definitely because we won state championships, and also because last year we kind of ended on a bad game. You know, we lost in the state championships last year, and so it kind of left a sour taste in all of our mouths. And Coach Markland and the rest of the team definitely wanted to go out with a good year this last one, especially since we had so many girls graduating, and we've been playing, all 5 of us at least, have been playing since we were like 10 together. So I think one last year on the court together, we did not want to miss an opportunity like we did last year. So I think most of our team would say this year was our best year.
It's always fun when you go deep into the playoffs
Yes.
and the state championship
And
to cap it all
undefeated,
off.
like it just kind of, it was a good way to end. It was a good high note.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, Eddie, I mean, 101 career matches and no losses. Is that right? Am I reading that correctly?
101 wins.
101 wins.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
past year, he was 50-0.
Okay,
Yeah.
50-0 last year, and that's obviously good enough for the state championship this year in wrestling. Would you say this was your favorite year, or maybe a couple of years ago? What's the story with that?
Well, I feel this is my favorite year. I
Okay.
mean, I worked my butt off because last year I got 6, and I wasn't really happy with it. And then one of my friend's dad, Bray, his dad Billy, asked me if I want to go to Combat. And it's a really good club, and I just practiced from there. Practiced really hard. It was my buddies, Carson, Testa, and Tomas, Haishan, all of them. They really helped me out a lot. And then I developed really good. I beat the state champ. And yeah, this is my favorite year. I mean, I worked too hard not to win, so yeah.
Always great to see that hard work paying off.
Yeah.
Now, John, I don't want to leave you out of the conversation.
Oh, that's okay.
here.
We're here
Obviously-
for them.
Absolutely, but obviously, as the athletic director, you had a chance to watch them all 4 years at the school, and you guys went to North Iredell all 4 years,
Yes.
right? So, when they first started coming to the school and participating in their sports, did you know that you had future Hall of Fame athletes in your hands, or?
Well, I did not. My first year at North was their first year at North.
Okay.
This is my 4th year there, so, I started when they were freshmen. Being from Iredell County and, watching the sports in Iredell County my whole life, I did know that volleyball at North Iredell has always been strong. Coach Tutterow, actually, that is the wrestling coach, coached me in high school. So I knew, what the capabilities of the wrestling team were as well. But it was great just to watch them all 4 years and get better, not just as individuals, but as a team all 4 years.
Now, when did you have the conversation, or did you have a conversation with them like, hey, you guys are really good in your sports. Have you thought about going into college to play in the sports, or did that just come naturally to them being as good as they are?
I think it came more natural to Emma. She's played at a high level for a long time, and got a lot of recognition outside of high school with her club. With Eddie, like he said, he just started with Combat this past year, right?
Yeah.
So, he was more wrestling in high school, and then, after wrestling was over, it was time for soccer and football and that kind of stuff. But this past year, he's stepped it up and went to a lot of other things. He didn't tell you, but after states this year, he went to nationals and finished 6th.
Wow.
So he
Yeah.
was actually All-American.
You went from 6th in state to 6th in nationals. I'd say that's a pretty good jump, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like competing in nationals?
Nationals was way tough, actually. I mean, there was a lot of good kids. And, there was like 100-something kids there. And
Wow.
then we wrestled, like, back-to-back. Yeah, I lost the 3rd match, pretty sure, like, before the quarterfinals. So then I had to win, like, 6 more to place. And the next day, basically. And then I really wanted to be All-American, so I stepped up my game. And it was actually pretty fun. but then it was tough. But I'm actually going again this weekend
All
for
right.
a team. Yeah,
Now, where is it? Where is that going to be?
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
All right. Now, is there a way for people to watch it live? Is there a stream of it, or is it
Yeah, you can go on Flow Wrestling.
Flow Wrestling?
Yeah.
All right. So everybody listening, make sure you know what Flow Wrestling is. Do you know is it just flowwrestling.com?
Yeah, it's an app you can download.
It's an app. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody listening, make sure you download the app and support the local students because, I mean, they're doing great things, obviously. Moving on real quick to your guys' school of choice. Emma, I'll start with you. ECU, what are you going to be studying there?
It was kind of a recent decision. I'm doing elementary education.
Okay.
I went from a lot of different ideas in my head. I wanted to do something with sports med or something with like chemistry, biology, but it didn't really stick. So, and both my parents are teachers, so I'm kind of following, I guess.
Okay.
I'm very excited for it, so.
Good. And you think you're going to be sticking with that, or?
I think so. I'm already going to take classes for my major because I got a lot of like pre-classes out of the way that freshmen normally take. So this summer I'm already starting with elementary classes.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I'm a
That's
little nervous,
awesome.
but
And, all right. How about you, Eddie? You know what you're studying yet?
Pretty sure business and finance.
Business and finance. All right.
Yeah.
Now, when does sports start for you guys? When did the season start? You know, workouts, stuff like that.
I leave in 3 weeks. I leave
Wow.
June 21st. Yeah, I go down for summer training, summer camp, and then my summer class, and then I come back at the very end of July for about a week, and then I leave for the semester.
Wow.
And we'll see when I come back then. I don't know. I think Christmas break maybe. It's a pretty booked semester.
They
I
got
think.
you right away. They didn't
Yeah.
let you enjoy that senior
No.
year summer,
No.
huh? Man.
I got I think a week and a half of summer, and then
well, that's
they're
all
taking
right.
me. I'm good with it. I'm excited, so I
Yeah,
think,
you get
I
to
think I'll enjoy
you
it a
get to
lot.
go and start training and be ready. You know, make your friends there and
Yeah, he
get
sent
really
us
mingled.
our summer workout list yesterday.
Oh yeah, all
We're already
right.
getting a taste of that, yeah.
I'm sure that was fun to look at.
Very, very fun.
And Eddie, what about you? When do you start wrestling over there?
I mean, I'm already practicing right now, but I'm pretty sure I go back in July or in August, around there.
Okay.
I don't really know for sure, but yeah.
All right. Awesome. Now, ECU is a little bit farther away than Gardner-Webb. Now, are you looking to stay at ECU, or are you going to come a little closer to home, get a little farther away?
I don't really know yet.
You're not sure
I'm
yet?
not sure yet. I mean, I enjoy where I live a lot, so I think after I graduate and get my jobs, I think I'll probably come back around here, but I'm excited to leave for a little bit and get a different taste of different atmospheres and different environments. So I'm very, very excited
Yeah.
to live in a dorm, which I know sounds weird because I know dorm rooms probably suck, but I'm definitely excited to have a new scenery around me. So.
All right. And Eddie, you like Gardner-Webb? Did you visit the campus?
Yeah, I
what was
did.
up with it? You want to stay there all 4 years?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay there for all 4 years. I mean, really nice campus and coaches
Yeah.
the coaches are really good. They help you get a lot better, and they always want you to focus on your future, basically become a better man, and that's what I liked about them. And they helped me out through a lot, and so I'm really excited for these next 4 years.
Oh yeah, awesome. Well, that's so good to hear. John, I want to come back to you again. Don't want to leave you out of the conversation.
I'm fine.
here, but looking, since now that this year's sports are over, looking into next year, you told me some exciting things. I mean, a new turf field coming for next year.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the county approved turf fields, and luckily North Iredell's getting the very first one in the school system. We have a graduation on Saturday, the 10th, and they will start breaking ground on the 12th.
Now, is that coming with new seating, or is it just the field?
It's the field. We'll get a new turf field and an 8-lane. We've got a 6-lane track right now, so we're going to get a new field and new track.
All right. That's
so yeah, we're
exciting.
definitely looking forward to that.
I'm sure you guys are bummed out by that.
Yeah.
Don't get to see the field.
Yeah.
Oh man, well that's awesome. Awesome to see. So, Eddie, I'm going to come to you first this time. What was your favorite match from your high school career?
Favorite match for my high school? Pretty sure the state finals.
State finals?
Yeah, I mean, I was nervous. A lot of goosebumps, I ain't gonna lie. First time from 6 to the finals. Yeah, I mean, Totoro and his son and Adam Blackwater, he was like 20 years ago, he was the state champ. And I was the first match coming up. It was 195, then 220. And I was really nervous. I was losing 2-1.
Wow.
Yeah, first period. And then I had to step up my game. I already know in my head I need a takedown by the end of the second period. And I got one in the last couple of seconds, not gonna lie, last 5-10 seconds. Yeah, and then I was up 4-2, and then he got up 4-3. And it was a really close match. And then and then he took a shot on me, and I blocked it, and then I took a reshot. I grabbed his leg right away and took him down. I was up 6-3, and I let him up 6-4. Last 10-15 seconds, I just started going in circles. And then after that, I was really happy because then I became the second state champ of North Iredell High School.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
And second one at North Iredell, you
Yeah.
said? That's awesome. Emma, your favorite game, favorite moment? I mean, I know it's a little different with volleyball and softball than wrestling,
Yeah.
but
Okay, I think, this year I don't think I have a favorite game solely because, state finals is just it's a different category. It's not even a favorite game, it's just the game of all time. It'll never be beat. But I think last year, our regional final game, last year we didn't know what state was like, we didn't know what state playoffs were like, we weren't going super far my freshman and sophomore year. And so, to make it to the state finals last year was, mind-blowing to me and everyone else on the team because that was our first time doing anything like that. And, the crowd was crazy. There was nowhere to sit. We were going crazy. Girls were crying. We were screaming. It was exciting. And I think it was just the first time I really kind of started enjoying volleyball again. It was a great moment for us, so.
awesome. Now, are either of you guys looking to become a two-sport college athlete, or are you both going to focus on your craft in one?
I definitely think I'm going to stick to volleyball. I
Okay.
think the workload of ECU's volleyball is going to be a lot, which I'm really excited for, but I think it'll be one sport for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be one sport for me too.
One sport. All
Yeah.
right. Well, hey, it was fun doing multiple sports while you can,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Anything that you guys want to talk about specifically or throw on or promote anything coming up for you guys? I know you said you're going back to nationals next week, you said, right?
No,
Next
this weekend coming up.
This weekend coming up.
Yeah.
So we already talked about that a little bit. And what was the app again?
Flow wrestling.
Flow Wrestling. Is
Yeah.
that FLOW Wrestling?
No, FLO and
FLO
then wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Well, I'm going to be tuning in, that's for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
check out Combat Athletics.
Will
Yeah,
do. All
That's the
right.
team I'm wrestling for.
All right. Emma, anything you want to promote coming up?
Dave Markland's volleyball camp is coming up. A lot of volleyball stuff for our schools coming up, definitely. I think Coach Markland really enjoys working with the future volleyball kids, and he really enjoys it a lot. And so do we. I know I won't be there this year, I'll be gone, but the younger girls that I was with, we loved camp last year. We love all of it, but yeah, that was about it.
Well, that's awesome, guys. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming in and having this chat with us. I mean, we love talking with our local athletes. And, John, thank you so much for
Thank you
bringing them
for
in.
the opportunity.
Anything that you want to add on to the end of this?
I think our big highlight, we had a whole lot of success this year. We had, numerous all conference, all county, a lot of success. Our baseball team went to the fourth round of the state playoffs this year. But we had 349 individual athletes at North Iredell, and 252 of them were scholar athletes. So we had 72% that first semester had a 3.5 or higher. And that just says a lot about our school, about our athletes, about our coaches, about our teachers.
Absolutely, yeah. That's wonderful. That's great numbers, and hopefully in the future here, the North Iredell will keep kicking, producing great products like you two here, and we'll see what happens. Now, before we go, how long do you think it'll be until you guys win a college championship?
I'm hoping next year.
That's always the hope, right? That is always the hope.
Yeah, I really hope next year. That'd be crazy, freshman year, but we'll see. I think we have good.
Now, how was ECU last year? Are you coming into a winning culture? What's that like?
I don't know how well they didn't. I don't think they didn't win conference championship last year, but I know last year they got a bunch of good freshmen and their upperclassmen developed a lot better, and I think our upcoming class is also pretty decent going in. So I think we're going in with a good group.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Eddie, what do you think? I mean, it's a little different with wrestling. I feel
Yeah.
like it's more individual, and you just kind of gotta you'd be the guy. But
Hopefully my junior or senior year in college,
Yeah.
I'll definitely win. I mean, they had one conference champ this year, I'm pretty sure. Then another one conference champ runner-up. But then they got a lot of good recruits right now, too.
And you're moving up a weight class, aren't you?
No, I'm moving down.
Oh, moving down a weight
Yeah,
class.
I'm going to 197 in college.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And
Now,
go ahead.
was there a reason for that? A strategic move? I know with boxing, wrestling, stuff like that. Sometimes you want to be in a lower weight class
Yeah.
because you're on the upper end of it. Was that something like that, or how'd that turn out?
Well, college they don't have a 220, so it was either 197 or 285. Man. I'm not. I was a 285.
Maybe in a few years
Well,
you
he
can get
did.
a 285.
We had I guess his freshman, sophomore, maybe was it your junior?
Sophomore year.
We had a stud at his weight class, so he had to wrestle heavyweight.
Oh wow!
And his sophomore year, I mean, he made it to the states, with wrestling people that were 50 pounds heavier than him.
Yeah.
Now, were you able to bench him? How much are you benching your senior year here?
My senior year,
Yeah.
I was benching 280.
There you go. All right. So you can bench those guys, no problem. Just get them off of you.
Yeah, and then they had Garnaway had 2 national qualifiers too.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So good coaching there, that's for
Yeah.
sure. That's always a positive.
And he's got a
seeing
teammate. He's got a teammate coming from North with him.
Yeah,
that.
Bricks,
That's
Russell.
wonderful.
my buddy Bricks and Burgess too.
That's awesome. Always good to have a little bit of familiarity
Yeah.
with you, right? Yeah. Anything like that for you, Emma? Or are you going out there solo?
Well, actually, Colby's going to ECU for baseball. He's on our baseball team.
Okay.
So I'm not going solely by myself, which I'm kind of excited about because there's a familiar face somewhere
Yeah.
around campus. But other than that, I mean, I hope some girls from North transfer over because we have a lot of our class is committed to colleges. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll cross paths or transfer in or play each other, which I hope. That'd be fun. But
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in today. Again, I'm going to get the names right because I feel like I'm going to mix up your last name. Eddie Flores on the right, and we got Emma Norris on the left, or in the middle, and John Sherrill, the AD, over to the left side. Thank you guys so much for coming in today, and make sure you don't forget about WSIC when you're winning your college championships. Come on back, show off the trophy, and
course, yeah.
we'll help promote that too. So.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they've got their state championship
we have
rings.
our little
Eddie-
Oh,
trophies
show,
on us.
show
Eddie
the
just
camera
came in
those rings.
yesterday.
For anybody that's watching, the camera is right up here. Show those rings off to the camera.
Mine's a little too big for me, but
Oh, man, those are beautiful.
we spent a lot of time figuring them out.
Yeah.
So,
And what was
working them up.
what's that process like? Do you guys as a team decide what you're going to be doing, or is
Yeah.
it like, okay, cool.
We went back and forth on a size. Some girls didn't want them big, but I was like, "Give me the
The
biggest
biggest one, because
Give
you
me the
don't
biggest one.
you don't want to wear it out. You just want to have it and like put it in a
Exactly.
nice little
Exactly.
case so
the
people
little
can
boxes
see it.
they come in. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, what about you? You just had full control over
Yeah, I
what it
just
looked like,
chose-
huh?
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm gonna put it this size, the color.
Now, are you going to be able to wear that one out? It's slightly smaller, but
It's a,
show it off. Go to a
yeah.
nice dinner,
Yeah, well,
He just got it yesterday.
Yeah.
That wrestling
Yeah, I
just
just-
came
that's
in.
awesome. All right,
Yeah,
so
I'm
you've
just-
been carrying that thing around.
yeah, I'm
huh?
just leaving it in my box, not
There
really
you
wear
go.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you guys so much for coming in today. Hope to have you back here in the future. And North Iredell, whenever they have something going on, a student that's doing well, student athlete you'd like to
Sounds
promote,
great. We
let me
will.
know. All right. Well, thank you guys, everyone, for tuning in today. This was the special interview off air, streamed only interview with Emma Norris and Eddie Flores and John Sherrill. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next time.